Today is a pretty cool day. I'm prepping this BMW, what's going to be on show this weekend with BMW. And everyone knows these 1Ms are seriously rare cars. My job today is take out all those swirls, all those little imperfections, and just make this absolutely crisp. So when it's on the stand, no one can be judgmental of the finish. I'm gonna make this look amazing. Okay, so the BMW is almost clean already, but what I need to do is remove the dust, just make sure everything's perfect, ready for machine polishing. So I'm just gonna do that with a jet down, then a snow foam, and then I'm going to wipe over the top of the snow foam very gently. There's no grit on the car. You'd have to jet wash off the snow foam if there was, obviously if you were cleaning it properly, but I'm just prepping this, getting it ready for a machine polish. Thing about doing that outside is I can see the protection it's got on it. I can see how strong it is from the hydrophobicity. I can see this either has some kind of hybrid or ceramic wax from how the water's behaving. So I'm hoping these swirls are going to be within that protection. Some of them on the bonnet look a little bit deeper where the pressure's gone. So I may need to compound a little bit further into the paint on the bonnet, but I think overall on a whole it should be quite easy to correct because of the protection that's being prior applied. So I'm going to take it in, I'll have a look, and yeah, start to find the right polish and pad combination. All right, so these are the swirls beforehand. You can see they're actually quite deep on the bonnet. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through my equipment, how I'm going to set up the polishing pads, and the process I'm going to do. You're going to need two big lights. I've gone with Unilight, which is industry standard, direct company, great lights. Then a Roops, so I can work quickly. This is to see the holograms. That is to see the swirls when I'm up close. Then I've got my Flex DA, force rotation, that's important, polisher. The force rotation one works and cuts much faster. Then I've got a choice between, I'm going to go with a mirror glaze for the first stage. Then I'm going to go with a Reflect for the second stage. I'm going to start off with a wool compound because BMW paint, any German paint, is notoriously hard. So I'll start off with that, and then I'll finish. I've got a choice between a brand new G3 cutting pad or a weathered G3 cutting pad. I'm going to see how that finish comes out after a compound, and I'll probably use the weathered with the Carpro Reflect, and then I'm going to finish off with a wax, and I will make this look absolutely perfect. So first time lucky, I've compounded with the wool pad and the Ultra Speed compound from Maguire's, and all those swirls are straight out. Now that may be due to the protection what's being added prior, making my job easier, but that's come out perfect. I'll show you it now. Okay, so I'm going to voice over everything over the next part for you. So you can see I'm just applying the polish, keep that nice and light. Biggest mistake is people block up the polish. And then I'm using water as well because I've got a really nice glide on this and I don't need to cut as hard. If I needed a harder cut, I wouldn't use the water. Now you can just see I'm working in the crosshatch pattern. It works fantastically. I know I've covered every area this way. And I've got a really little bit more water just for the last pass to try and diminish the abrasive a little bit more, and then I'm just polishing off the top. Compound sticks a lot, so a bit of water helps to bring that off. And as you can see here, perfectly clear. In truth, the second stage isn't needed that much because these polishes are so good now. And then on the left, you'll see it goes into the, there you go, so into the swirls. We're looking for perfection. This is on a stand show car, and you can see all that fleck reflecting back at us. Now I'm on a little bit more of an intricate piece. This car is not too intricate, which is nice. It's not the likes of a Audi with real sharp lines, so I was able to work over this really easily and nicely. And then I'm going from up, down, left to right, and yeah, it's working well. Just making sure to do that long pass over the top and just do this in sections, keeping it small. And then you just see that pass a little bit quicker towards the end. Same thing, just using the water for the last pass and then wiping off. And you'll see It starts to come to life, some more water, really is sticking this compound as you'd expect. You know, it is taking off the paint and the oil protection. Okay, so there it is, the compound's done, it's corrected really nicely. BMWs can sometimes be a little bit tough and a little bit hard to break through the paint, but this is corrected perfectly. Now I'm on to the second stage. Now what that second stage is going to do is enhance the gloss even further. You can already see it's got an amazing finish, but it's going to enhance the gloss further. It's going to remove any hazing from the compound, and then it's going to allow me to protect it. I'm super happy with this finish just off the compound. I'd be very happy to send it out like this. However, let's go the extra mile. This is going to be on show for BMW this weekend, so I'm going to make it look absolutely, as some people would say, pucker. All right, so the combination I'm using to do the second stage is the G3 cutting pad. This is being washed and weathered a couple of times, so it takes it down in its abrasion quite a lot. And then I'm going to use CarPro Reflect. The reason why I'm using a cutting pad that's been washed a couple of times is BMW has really hard paint. Also as well, I want to get a really solid, nice finish on this and make sure that there is no buffer tracks whatsoever. I want this to look perfect, and then the CarPro Reflect is going to match that nicely because it's got a lot of oils in it. It glides really well and it leaves a really nice finish. So let's get ready for the second stage. Let me talk you through the second stage. So we're using more polish, less abrasion. Reason for this is we're probably using around about 1/8, 1/10 of the abrasion is what was used on the compounding stage. On that compound I used, it was the Meguiar's micro abrasive technology. It's very, very good at leaving an almost perfect finish anyway. It doesn't create too much hazing, but I just want to make sure this is absolutely perfect with it being a show car. I am using a little bit more of a finesse, as you would say. I'm not concentrating so much on cutting through and spending an accurate amount of time on each an individual part. I'm actually just working more with the contours of the car. It's a bit more like art at this point, you know, really just gliding over, getting that final nice finish. And then again, I'll wipe down. You don't need as much water, if any water at all. I think I do spray a little bit, yeah, just to really remove that second stage. And yeah, it's come up really, really well. You'll see this now as I remove it. You can see the orange peel as well from BMW. It's notorious, but it is good to have that orange peel. It's an indication of plenty of clear coat. So I've finished the second stage. It looks incredible. I'm applying the wax now. Now the wax I'm applying is something that we've used for a couple of months. It's given to us from our chemist. I really like it. It's a ceramic wax. It sets on hard. It's really hard to get off, so it's something we may need to tweak in terms of usability if we do bring it to market. But in terms of a 12-month ceramic wax, fantastic. Takes a little bit of arm work to get it off, but it's worth it. Feel the burn. So I've done 2 stages and it is tiring, really tiring. I've still got to do those exhaust tips. For years of practice, that is what you can get. And honestly, I'll get this in the sun for you. Looks incredible.